What's going on, everybody? My name is Aiden and welcome back to another video. Obviously, if you guys saw my last video, you saw me talk a lot about the defensive end for the Chicago Bulls and just how surprising it was to kind of see how bad we were on the defensive end. Now, I always knew we were not having the better season defensively compared to last season, and I think deep down in all of our minds, if you didn't look at the stats at all, you probably would have figured that out anyway. But as bad as we were, that was pretty insane to me. So it made me kind of reflect, well, alright, since we're looking at stats here, let's take a look at the offensive end for the Chicago Bulls. Are we a bad offensive team this season? Is that our problem as well? Well, I guess we're going to figure that out in this video. I'll give you a spoiler. There's a bit of issues there as well. But before we get any further, if you enjoyed the video and you'd like to see more from me, drop a like, drop a follow, and or subscribe if you are new. And let me know in the comments below your thoughts about the Chicago Bulls and whether or not you believe our offensive end is the problem. Maybe it's both. For whatever reason that you may think, maybe it's neither. But either way, let's take a deeper dive into it. So, before I get into the statistics of the video, I want to talk about what I think about this Bulls offense before I looked at any stats whatsoever. Now, of course, when you're looking at it compared to last season, I think a pretty solid assessment in saying our offense has been better this season than last season. Last season, it was pretty much the bottom of the barrel for a lot of things. Bottom of the barrel for the three-point line, bottom of the barrel for assists, bottom of the barrel for pretty much anything related to the paint. It was just an absolute disaster in every single way, form, and fashion. I think this season, we're a tad bit better. Is it, like, drastically better? No, but it's slightly better. I think we're better this season from the three-point line than we were last season. Guys like Caruso and Coby White are really stepping up in that way and making a big difference from the three-point line. Even though it's not statistically amazing, I mean, we're still one of the bottom teams in three-point attempts and makes and stuff of that nature, but at least it's better than last season. I think our offensive rating is probably better than last season as well, and overall, just by the eye test, I can see that our offense is a little bit better. But again, a little bit doesn't necessarily go a long way. I mean, take a look at this, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, our offense may be better, but because of our defense being so bad, we are on projection to actually have a worse record than last season. Last season, we were 40-42. I don't think we're too far away from pretty much having a worse record there. Only 6 games to go. You'd have to expect us to win a whole bunch of them if you want us to walk away with a similar or even better record than what we currently sit and face at this point in time. So that's extremely upsetting. But let's take a look at the stats then to kind of see if that backs it up in many ways. So, our offensive rating for the Chicago Bulls is pretty much exactly where our defensive rating was. We are 19th in offensive rating with around 113.7. Keep in mind, in the offensive rating category, the higher the better. So obviously Boston are running away with it, being first in the offensive rating, and last is the Memphis Grizzlies, which is to be expected with all the injuries that they have. And the Bulls kind of sits slightly below average, I would say. Not exactly the bottom 10, but not far away from the bottom 10 as well. So ultimately, that just kind of shows there is still problems with the Chicago Bulls and their offensive side of things. So what is the issues there? Where are we going wrong offensively for the Bulls this season? Well, the first thing that I want to do is take a look at another, I guess, stat, and it's about assist percentage. And this is where the Bulls really don't necessarily do the most amazing work. As you can see here, I'm just trying to find them at the moment. I'm pretty sure they're pretty low in the pecking order. Assist ratio, they are 25th in the league. So we are bottom 5 in terms of actually passing the ball and our passes leading to assists. That could be for a variety of reasons, in my opinion. Number 1, what are the passes we are making? Number 2, what is the ball movement and player movement we are showing? Passing the ball all around the arc is great, fantastic. The ball is moving, I guess. But it's not going to lead to anything if there's no player movement on the other side of that. If there's no backdoor cut or if there's no general cuts at all. And we're just all waiting for the three-point line. The passing might be there, but the percentage to assist will not be there. Maybe it's the true point guard issue. Again, I think a lot of people were saying we need a true point guard, and Coby White's really stepped up and developed in that way. Coby White went from a 2-point whatever assist he was to around 5 assists per game, which is fantastic, and I expect that to improve over time. Same with Ayo Dosunmu as well. And, you know, the assist numbers might not be so terrible for the Bulls, but bottom 5 in percentage is quite insane to me. Then you turn to something else about assists, the assist to turnover ratio. The Bulls are actually not terrible in this situation. They rank 12th. So here's the thing, right? You look at the assist to turnover ratio and we're 12th and you think, wow, that's actually pretty solid. So we're not turning the ball over anywhere near as much as we probably were 2 seasons and even a season ago, which is obviously a big thing. But does the assist to turnover ratio really define how good the Bulls offense has been? Because the way that I view it, a big part of assist to turnover ratio is passing the ball. And you can make the argument that maybe the Bulls are not passing the ball enough to turn the ball over. And that's why we're not turning the ball over. And that's why the assist to turnover ratio is actually pretty decent for the Chicago Bulls in my eyes. But then you got assist ratio. Again, all of these are assist numbers because this is a big thing for the Bulls. Assist ratio, we sit 24th in the league, so bottom 10 in that category. So all of a sudden, ladies and gentlemen, you're just starting to see a really big difference in even last season compared to this season. Now, I don't think our assist numbers were anywhere near great last season, but there were some moments in our game where you could get 30 plus assists and you'd easily walk away with a win in that time out. And I just think our assist numbers have been struggling as of late. You can see when we turn it on, there's nothing that can stop us. I look at that Pacers game. I'm assuming those assist numbers were fantastic for the Bulls because we got over 125 points. Our three-point shooting was our three-point shot was falling, and everything just was incredible to see. And obviously, you know, that's just one game. It's the outlier. And last season was very similar. When we're the bottom ranked three-point shooting team last season, you can tell why the assist numbers wasn't great every game. And it's very similar to this Bulls team now. So I think we kind of sold a false narrative with the offensive end for the Bulls. Again, I mentioned preseason. And preseason, we moved the ball like no tomorrow. Players were moving. Everything was rolling. It was a brand new look Chicago Bulls team. Same players, different style of play. And I look into how it's fast forwarded all the way until April now. And you have to make the assumption that we were kind of sold that false narrative, and that as much as we wanted to believe this Bulls team might have that brand new style of play and might have, I guess, you know, a pretty good standing on the offensive end and how we can improve in that category. Yeah, the slight improvement there. You know, we're not dead last in three-point percentage, I guess. I think we're not. Maybe we are, but I don't think we are. So there's slight improvements there, but ultimately, it's the same still problems that persist. We are very much pick and roll heavy. I don't see a play where the Bulls ever not run a pick and roll. We are very isolation heavy and hero ball heavy. In the fourth quarters, we're relying on DeMar DeRozan to do the bulk of the work. When he executes, great. When it doesn't work, we're sitting here wondering why other players are getting involved in the game. Of course, player movement, big problem. You know, Caruso's the only guy that really does the player movement. Sometimes Torrey Craig gets involved there. But no player movement equals a very predictable offense. And I think that's a big category as well. I don't think it's bad to be predictable. But if you're good and predictable, who's to say you can't stop it anyway? Giannis and the Bucks, I think, is one of the more predictable offenses in the league. But it doesn't matter because they're good. They're a good offensive team. And they get the job done. Simple as that. Be predictable all you like if you're good. I don't see this Bulls team as a good offensive team, and being predictable is not where we need to be at this point in time. So loads and loads and loads and loads of issues for the Bulls. I can't really describe it as anything as such. One good thing I'll take away from this Bulls team is we do very well in the paint. We are a very good paint scoring team. But unfortunately, with our weaknesses in every other aspect of our offense, it's simply not enough to just be scoring in the paint and doing that effectively. There has to be more than meets the eye in this offense. So what would I like to see improve? At this point, I think it's a little bit too little too late to ask for improvements. I think we are what we are, and we know what we have been for a while. So I would like to see an improvement done in the offseason. Improve our three-point shooting. Change the game plan. Maybe change some assets and make this team identity a different identity. And bring something, you know, I think modernize our game. Maybe that's the word. I think we play a very old school game. We are not a modern NBA team. And I think it's time we get back to reality of what this NBA currently is. And it is a three-point shooting heavy league. And the Bulls need to find a way to get to that level. What do you guys think? Thank you for watching. Drop a like and a follow, and or subscribe if you are new. I will see you in the next one. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay tuned for more. Take care, and peace.